Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mark, where I like talking all things music, news stories, and my own personal series, Mark Under the Microscope, where I give you an inside look into who I am as a person through inspirational and motivational vlogging. So if you like things like that, please remember to slash that like button and annihilate that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell. I drop videos like this every Monday and Friday and every day in between. And also, leave me comments down below. I love interacting with you guys, and I also do subscriber requests. So huge shout out to my subscribers out there. I love you guys because without you, there would be no me and there would be no channel. But I think I've talked enough, so let's just jump straight into these videos. Let's go!
I knew you'd come. Somehow I just knew you'd find me. Not knowing where I was or when I was coming back sent you crazy. I kept my spies on you.
Okay.
Persecuted by the world, all I want is my baby girl in my arms, braided up on pretty girls. The fame and the fortune, I don't need it. There's too many out there wanna see me bleeding. As I wake, I feel stuck in time. In this place, people lose their fucking mind. I see shadows in the night of demons dancing. Most penitentiaries overseen by Klansmen. Stay strong even though it's hard. Keep my head up and stay close to God. I see friends I knew back in school, they ain't the same, covered up in tattoos. In the land of the free, I'm forever known. Look up at the sky and pretend I'm home. Dear Lord, I know you got a plan for me, but I'd rather be at home with my family. If I die, mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted. If I die, mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted.
I understand that in due time my life is gonna slide behind the curtain of uncertainty, the pearly gates of the fire. Cause I'm a rambling man, a gambling man. So when this shit hits the fan, my plan is to stand as a man. My plan painted the perfect picture, but my tears made the paint run. I need an eraser, but shit, it ain't one. The critics looking at my picture say it feels dark, but you critiquing my heart, baby, it's still art. I know some people that respect me for me, I know some people that neglect me for me. That's what hands out. Now when I pass and the last of my breath has been breathed, at ease, mama, don't cry for me. I'm watching over you. I'm still doing the same thing your son's supposed to do. So if you love me, and everything is fine. We gon' reunite in the sky in due time.
If I die, mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted. If I die, mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted. I try to tell you that these motherfuckers wanted my soul. Hate me till I'm dead and gone, but in love with my dough. Listen to my CD they got from somebody. I can't believe that he's saying this in custody. Doesn't realize we got him right where we want him. I was warned by a prisoner, they'll be coming. Can you imagine life without rats that backstab the wrong to try to get where they at? Millions, but felt I was never rich. How can greed make people be so devilish? Book entitled They Can't Stop Me took about 20 pins and a lot of coffee. They hit me up with some years and a small fine. It's gonna be the greatest comeback of all time. What got left is true fans, cause my horoscope said that my bitch found a new man. Mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted. If I die, mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted. If I die, mama, don't lose your mind. Stay strong, the world don't accept my kind. I was born hate-free, always been different. It's hard to stay alive when you're brown and gifted. If I die.
I like this. This was dope. Okay, so I quickly want to talk about SPM, If I Die. And I want to sit here and talk about how... First, I want to talk about the beat. I love this beat because this beat reminds me of something that you would hear. Like, I don't know, it set the stage almost for something like if you were about to lay down and lay your head down and go to sleep. And please follow me when I'm sitting here talking about this, because I'm sitting here saying this because it felt like, in the mindset of the picture that I was being painted, that this was like some type of prayer that SPM was doing or given. Like, this may be something that he wrote, or maybe he sat there, like this was his type of prayer of sitting there saying to like leaving something for like his family, or something for him speaking his way of speaking to God, of sitting there basically, because when you sit there and say if I die, and him sitting there saying all this and then speaking about his mother and just his life, and then just painting a picture of everything. Like, and it also seemed like it was almost something that like this track was probably done maybe before he was locked up and before he went into the system. I don't know, somebody who knows more about this song and more about his history will have to let me know in the comments below. But like I said, I tend to, anytime I sit here and listen to SPM, I tend to overanalyze and overthink, but it's in a good way, because that's what I love about him. Because like I said, he always tells me a story, and he always takes me on a journey to make me want to sit there and think and try to jump inside his mind and inside his head. But when I'm sitting there trying to feel like I'm jumping inside his head, I feel like this is something that he did. Like, this was his way of speaking to God, sitting there asking God for forgiveness for maybe some of the things that he has done maybe in his past, some of the pains that he may have inflicted onto other people, or maybe some of the hurt that he may have inflicted onto other people, like his mom and his family, and just situations like that. Or maybe just in general of being in the drug game and sitting at the top of the drug game and being such a force that he was in the drug game. I mean, I don't know his life personally, but I can only speak of from what I know from hearing through the songs and what I'm kind of learning through that. But it's just that I felt like, in a way, just by listening to this beat, it was almost I don't want to say it was like a lullaby, but you know how like when somebody's about to sit there and go lay down and go to sleep, like you're trying to ease them into a sleep. Like, that's what the beat sounded to me as, and that's why it automatically clicked to me as that, like, if he would, like, he was kneeling down and he was praying this, like he had his hands like this and he was in a prayer formation on his knees, praying to God to forgive him for maybe his sins, or just like some of the things, some of the hurts and pains that he may have caused on his girlfriend, or maybe his kids if he has kids, or his mother, or his father, or just in general just other people's families by being in a drug game. Maybe he took people's lives or something like that. I mean, I don't know him personally, and I don't know his story personally, so I'm just speaking in general terms. So please don't come for me in the comments for sitting here saying some of the things that I'm saying. But I'm just speaking like when I'm thinking about the drug game and things like that, I'm thinking about some of the things that people do within the drug game. But it's like, that's what I was sitting there getting. Like, it was like he was like at a repentance mode, where he was like sitting there asking for forgiveness so he could get himself into a better, cleanse his soul and cleanse everything around him that has to deal with him, cleanse his spirit and cleanse his character, and just everything, like any hurts and pains that he may have did. He was asking God for forgiveness and to forgive him for the things that he's done. And like, that's like the kind of mood that I was put in with this song. And if I'm not sure if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but I mean, I love the song just because it took me to a space to make me analyze and to think in that way, because a lot of songs don't do that. But I feel like with a lot of SPM songs, even with the last song that I reacted to, I don't know which, it wasn't Bill and the Coyote, but it was what was the one that you guys asked me to react to that I just reacted to? I'm sorry, I'm having like a brain freeze because I've been reacting to so much music. But it was the one where I know it was like where he was sitting there stepping outside himself, like he was stepping outside himself and having like a conscientious play on him because of his woman cheating on him. I know it was somewhere in that regard. I'm forgetting the name of that song. It's so crazy. You know what? I got my phone right here. Let me look at the video. One of the video, because it was one of the recent videos I just uploaded. It's crazy. I just forgot that quickly. View. Medicine, that's what it was. Okay, I knew it was something like that. So yeah, so it like, this is one of those tracks that was like medicine, where it took me to a place where it's making me sit there and hyper thinking, hyper analyze and over analyze, and to try to figure out what exactly SPM is getting from this track. And it's like, I feel like SPM, like when he, like if he was to sit there and see this reaction, he would sit there and wouldn't fault me for the way that I was thinking. I feel like he would sit there and respect it, because it's like he knows how much of a gifted storyteller he is and how awesome of a lyricist he is. And to sit there and see that somebody could sit there and maybe think in that regard of his music, and to sit there and analyze it in such a way, to sit there and try to get inside his head and try to see what he's thinking and what in the story that he's trying to portray, I think he would feel honored with that. And it's like, that's what I'm getting from it. And it's like, I love that every song that I've reacted to of SPM's, and I know I say this so many times, but I love that every song is different. Like, it doesn't sound the same. It gives me a different story, a different piece of time. It gives me, like, it's not repetitive. You can't sit there and say, oh, I'm tired of hearing that. Like, it's not repetitive in no type of way. It's different. And that's what I like about him as an artist, because he can sit there and speak about the drug game and just like that, the street life, but you're sitting there like, okay, well, what's next? It's like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and that's what I get from him. I feel like I'm reading a book, and like he's just taking me through different chapters and different phases through his life, and just how in different points of his life and different aspects of how his life was shaken and affected, and it going in and out of the system. And which is another song that I have to react of his, which I believe is called The System or In the System. I don't know, somebody gotta let me know in the comments below, but I know I remember seeing something with System by SPM that you guys have been asking me to react to, which I will be getting to. But overall, I love this song, and I will probably say that this is another song that's probably within my top 5 that I like of his, because it causes me to analyze and to just listen to his words and the beat and the lyrics and just the overall content of what he was trying to say and piece it all together into a story. And I love that about him, because I think he's an amazing talent. I think he's extremely gifted. I love him as an artist, and that's pretty much all I can say, is that he's a dope ass dude. Like, I mean, like, what more can be said? So let me know in the comments below what you thought of If I Die by SPM. And with that being said, please remember to be safe out there. Remember to stay awesome, be awesome, because you guys are all awesome. This is your boy Mark, and I'm signing off. Deuces.
They need rappers like me. They need rappers like me, so they can get on their fucking keyboards and make me the bad guy, Chung Lee. Hey, yo,